Alright, finally! I got to some of the word problems I meant to do in the first video. I got cut off in the second video. So here we are, third video, third time's a charm. Let's have a look at page 4, the word problems page, question number 1. Now, with all these questions, your job is to come up with the equation and then solve it. And all these have questions that wind up coming out as fractions of some sort, which should, test your skill development. By the time you get there, do you have the skills to pay the bills? Okay, let's have a look. So, 1/2 of a number. Well, 1/2, okay, 1/2 of a number times x, right, added, plus 2/3 of a number is, that's equals, right, 21. So, that's what the question looks like when you write it out in algebra. Now, there's a couple tricks you can do. What I like to do is I like to combine these into single fractions instead of a complex-looking fraction. I like to make it look a little bit more consistent with what I've already been working with. So I just take this, write it over 1, and I make this a full expression as 1 times x, or x, and then 2 times 1, so x over 2. And then over here, this would be, well, 2 times x, or 2x, divided by 3. And that equals 21. So now it's a matter of solving. You got to have your lowest common multiple. Okay, so that would be 6. Multiply everything by 6 and see what you get. Okay, I'll finish it off, and then we'll have a look at one that's a little even harder, a little bit further down the page. Okay, so I have to multiply all sides by 6, not just the parts with the x's in them. I got to do it to the other side. So I've got multiply by 6. So here I get the 3 because 6 divided by 2 gets you 3. Over here, 6 divided by 3 gets you 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so and then 21 times 6 is 126. So you wind up working it out to there. You get x is equal to 18. That's the letter IT on the answer side, and so in slot 1, both those slots, you put the letters IT. Let's have one that's that's a little bit harder. Okay, so here's question number 7. Will is twice as old as Jill. 3 years ago, Jill was 2/5 of Will's age then. How old is each now? Tough. Okay, so here we have to set up a set of charts. Now, on a typical test, I wouldn't give you something as difficult as this, and it would probably be in line with something like questions 1, 2, or 3, something like that, where it's fairly simple detail. But this one's kind of tough, and I want to outline how to manage it. So we have to set up a little chart for what the situation is now and what the situation was 3 years ago. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so here we have Will and Jill now being 2x and x, and 3 years ago, how are we going to write that? Okay, so 3 years ago, each of them had 3 less years. So Will, who is 2x, twice Jill's age now, is, well, 2x minus 3. And Jill, who is x, is now x minus 3. And so we're told that 3 years ago, so this set here, Jill was 2/5 that of Will. So now we have to write that out in an algebra equation. That's kind of not very pretty. Okay, so 3 years ago, Will's age, 2x minus 3, was equal to 2/5 Jill's age. Is that right? No, that's not right. Why is it not right? Because Will is older. It's Jill's age that is 2/5. So this 2/5 is actually in the wrong spot. Did I do that on purpose? Maybe. This is the right way to set it up. 2/5 of Will's age is equal to Jill's age when they were 3 years ago. I mean, that totally bends your mind just trying to think about it, really. Bent my mind. I didn't even do that on purpose. I realized it as soon as I hit the unpause button to set this up. I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So I had to move it over, right? Sometimes you have to double think these things. Okay, so now I've got the problem, right? I've got a 5 on the bottom, I times both sides by 5, go through the problem, let's see if we can solve this, okay? Okay, so I times both sides by 5, look at what cancels. Okay, so the 2 is still left over there on the left-hand side. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So there's my equation when I, do all the foiling for Terbaum and all that. Now it's just a matter of working through this. Grade 9s can do this. So let's see if you can finish this off. Okay, so when I'm solving it, I get x is equal to 9. And then when I was looking at the answer key part of it, I was like, there's no 9 just by itself. Did I do something wrong? And so I checked it over. No, I did everything right. What did I do wrong? I didn't answer the question. The question was, how old is each? So I have to have an answer for Jill, and I have to have an answer for Will, right? Let's see if I can get the screen. There we go. Come on. There we go. I have to get an answer for Will and Jill. So 9 and 18, because Jill is x and Will is 2x. And then if I look for that, that's there, and that's the letter EB. So EB goes in the 7 slots. And there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. So, look. The word problems are not easy, and if you're having troubles, that's natural. So do what you can on that. I'm going to be relatively easy on that. Make sure that when you're filling out your worksheet that you at least show some effort at work. Don't just write down the answers, because then I'll just think you copied it or something like that. So please try to be a little bit more thorough, especially, most people are pretty thorough, but some people are just kind of just writing down answers and hoping I don't really check too much. So make sure you do a proper job and show some of the work as you're going through this question. Alright, so that concludes me and my work here for Complex Algebra number 2. Ciao!